Right, so on this short video, I'll be sharing something very powerful, something that you will not see online. The behind the scene of these results. So I'll be showing you how we generated 7x return of ad spend for a client, Mr. Johnson Lucky, and we did this in just 24 hours, and we spent just $22 to generate 286 conversions in 24 hours, and he made 6 figures with this particular campaign result. So I'll be sharing the strategies, the roadmap, the dashboard, and the behind the scenes step by step. So if you implement everything I'll be sharing now on your campaigns or your business, you are going to get, if not similar results, or more than this, because this strategy works for every niche, no matter what you're selling. So let's just dive right into it. So as you can see, so here is Goomlight. For those that just seen meeting us for the first time, Goomlight agency, it's a Google and YouTube advertising agency that specializes on crafting expert campaigns for big and small brands and helping them scale to their desired ROI. So that's Goomlight agency. So you can make research on that by just coming on Google and search Goomlight, and then you get more information about it. So that's that. So here's the Google dashboard for the results. As you can see, the Goomlight LLC, this is our manager's account, and you can see the name of the client, Lucky Johnson, and so the client is the niche is stock market. So the client, he sells a stock market program, a program that teaches individuals that have money, or individuals literally, how to invest in Nigerian stocks with a low capital and get the most out of their money. So because a lot of people in Nigeria, they hear shares, but they don't even know how to buy these shares and all the rest of that. So this is where this guy's program comes in. So he reached out to us and said that he has been struggling with Facebook ads, and he has not been able to even do 100% back of his ad spend over the past years. And we promised him we promised him, I think, 2x on the first month. And when we now start diving in right into the campaign and making our customer research, we figured out that this market is an untapped niche, and it's in high in demand, in the sense that anybody that wants to buy shares have at least a certain amount of money, right? So that means they have money that can make them, the money that they want to invest in shares, they can also have extra that will make them invest in knowledge that will help them purchase suitable and profitable shares. Do you get? So when we figured out that this loophole, we know that we are going to smash it for this client. So the first lesson I'm going to be teaching on this lesson, on this short video, is before you even launch your campaign, before you don't just do copy and paste of whatever you studied on the course or whatever. Do market research, and then do market research. That was number one. Then craft out your customer persona. That was a customer avatar. So this will help you target your ads to people that actually have the money to buy your offer, no matter the platform you're running the ads on. But the best place I would recommend you to do this is on Google Ads, because Google Ads is a keyword based platform. So meaning what people are searching for, that they are going to see your ads, and which means it's going to actually increase their buying rate. To get, it's going to actually increase their buying rate, because when someone is searching for stock market programs, just like the keyword, and seeing an ad that says join a program or join a webinar that will teach you step by step on how to buy Nigerian shares with as low as 10,000 naira and maximize the ROI, this is to get an intriguing ad, and you're gonna click on that, and then that person's desire is already high because they are researching on this offer, on this particular product. So that makes Google Ads the best platform out there for keyword based targeting. So now that when we were doing this research, we figured out that the clients program is 24,900, and we understand that anybody that wants to buy stocks can actually afford it. So we did a customer avatar research, and we drafted out the roadmap, the age demographics, the gender, the location, the purchase power, their interest, their keyword research, and we did all these things using some tools like Google Keyword Planner, Keyword IO, and other tools we use for our market research, Google Trends, and all the rest of that. So with this, we were able to discover, first of all, how many people that are searching for the stock market keyword on Google and YouTube. That's another powerful thing to do. So when we figured out that, oh, look at how many people that are searching for, and the people that are searching for this are high intense people, because that keyword is not saturated. It's not something everybody is searching for. It's something a specific individual is searching for, and these individuals were matched our customer avatar, and then that was when we were able to draft out our audience segments. And that is the first step of what you have to do before you start running ads. Don't come and start running ads, and when you reach on the segments, on the audience, you now start thinking, oh, I think I'll target people that do this one. I think I'll target people that do this one. Or I think I'll target purchase shoppers, because that's a random keyword or random interest that they will tell you to target. Those things are crap. Draft a roadmap before you even enter your Google Ads dashboard, and this will help you know what you're doing. And even if something you're doing is not working, you can be able to go back to your roadmap and see why it's not working, and then readjust it. So that is the keynote, the key point number one I'm going to be giving you on this. So that was when we were able to draft this strategy before we even start the campaign structure. So right here we spent $22, and we this is 0.08 cents. That's like, this is a crazy number. This is like in naira, this is around 100 naira, if I'm not mistaken. This is around 100 naira. That's cost per lead. So, and this is for the people that think Google Ads is expensive. Google Ads is not expensive if you know what you're doing. It's expensive if you don't know what you're doing, because the same 100 naira, 200 naira you can generate on Facebook, on any platform, as CPL, cost per conversion. This is the same thing we can do on Google, because we know what we're doing, and we know each market and how to penetrate on them. So this is $22 ad spend, which is the cost per conversion of 0.08 cents, and 286 conversions. That's 200, and he got 286 people in one day, in 24 hours, and we generated about 700 clicks. So now coming down to the results that lead. So with these 286 people, he held a class, he held the webinar, for these people. And the webinar, he came to us in the morning, and he did instant 10 sales in the webinar. And as you can see, this is around 11:23 p.m. that's the 9th to the webinar. So by the time he's even sending these screenshots, he must have already made more sales. But we are even recording the ROAS from this particular. So this is daily less than 24 hours of generating these leads, and then he held the webinar with them, and he did instant 10 sales. And then we have to ask him the product price again, and he said it's 24,900. And then we sent him this same dashboard that we sent you. So I think we made a mistake in the leads generated. It's 286 leads, but by the time we send these screenshots, it was 279. But you know how Google Ads works. It's when your data attribution is 7 days, and the enhanced conversion record more data the more days that passes by. So if you check the dashboard, you see it's 22.74 cents. That's the ad spend, and that's the same thing here. So just to make sure that I'm being transparent enough. So it's the same ad spend here, 22.79 cents, but the conversion here was 279 as of the time I took the screenshots. But as at the time I'm recording this video, that's like more than 48 hours after that, the screenshots. I just had to share this strategy with my with you guys. So the conversion increased already to like plus that's +7, meaning Google have actually recorded more data, accurate data for us. So that's another thing to take out. Don't judge your campaign with 24 hours data is showing you. After 48 hours, go back to the date of that campaign and see the actual data conversion it generated. So that's another takeaway. So as you can see, he said 24,900, and we sent him the dashboard, and we asked him, so you made 249,000. He said like yes, and that means the product price is 24,900. The revenue is 249,000 naira, and it's 7x RO, 7x return of ad spend, which is 7x ROAS, and like I already emphasized on, the niche is stock market. So what's the strategy we used? So the strategy, I've already shared the key points, the most important for you guys, which is before you start your campaign, do a market research and know what your market is all about, know what to say, know how people are researching on these things, know how people are taking action on these things, spy on your competitors' ad. If you check our channel, you see how to spy on your competitors' ads. Do a lot of market research and know what your offer is saying before you even start jumping into the Google Ads dashboard to even start launching campaign. And before you even do so, make sure you create your audience already, and then before you go, when you now head into the dashboard, all you just have to do is just be adding the buttons and everything. So this campaign type we used for this client is called the demand gen campaign type, and then the audience and targeting we use high intent keywords, custom segments, and remarketing tag, which means we created an audience, and then in this audience we added our high intent custom segments keywords, and then we added our custom intent keywords, and then we did remarketing of all website visitors. So everybody that has visited the website related, the landing page related to that offer, they are going to see our ads. So it's like a more high intent targeting strategy, and that's the keyword and audience strategy we used. And then the bidding was maximize conversion, and then the budget was $21 in a day, but sometimes Google would spend more than that. That was why they would spend $22. And then the creative part we used in generating these results is we use YouTube Shorts. We use YouTube Shorts. Although we started with banners, and we have YouTube Shorts. So this is like 10 to 50 seconds, 10 to 50 videos, 20 to 60 seconds max. This is the kind of YouTube Shorts that works on YouTube. This is the kind of video creative that works on YouTube Shorts. So he was able to provide us with at least 10, and then we started testing. So for us to even get the CPO you are seeing there, we did a lot of testing. This is another thing people don't do. So you have to test your audiences, you have to test your creatives to be able to find out what works. So the first thing we tested that worked was the audience. We have to test this audience you are seeing here, and when we tested it and it worked, we know that, oh, we have a winning audience. What I'm sharing for you now is a very, very good strategy you can use to kill any market. The first thing to test is your audience. You test your audience with series of creatives, and you spend to generate what? Data. And this is even where the remarketing comes. It was during the testing that we were able to generate data of website visitors, which we now use for remarketing when we find the audience that is actually killing it. And then all you have to do is what? To fire that audience with creatives. And these creatives we're talking about is not just a random creatives. We have to test series of creatives variations to be able to find a creative that will be giving us that 10 cents. Because one thing about our agency, we are known for generating massive results with a very, 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 very small amount of money, and we are always able to achieve that because of our creative strategy. So we tested a lot of creative before we found out the variation that actually suits the offer, and then we fired down on it, and that is the creative that is generating 0.08 cents. So that means we are generating that high intent audience that we have already figured out. We are now generating, let's say when we were testing it, we were generating 10 people or 20 people in a day, and that 20 people were performing well. So imagine generating 200 of that same people with the same ad spend, and that's the magic. So we're able to generate the same high intent audience list. We're able to generate multiple numbers of them using the same ad spend because of this creative strategy we used. And then this is what generated that result, and then he was able to what, hold the webinar instantly, because of course the leads are much. So if the leads were like 20 in a day, he has to wait like 5-10 days before he should hold the webinar. But because we have tested and then we found what works, we're able to like shoot and double down, and we can even scale this campaign to $50, and he'll be doing 500 leads in a day. So imagine doing 500, he should be doing 30 sales per webinar, and that's like crazy ROAS. So you see, scaling becomes easy when you find what works, and when you have a strategy of what works before you even started it. It's not just going to and start clicking on any audience, and then you have to have a strategy, like I said from the beginning. And when that strategy works, you double down, and scaling becomes very super easy. So this client now, if this client wants if this client wants 10 ROAS, we can get it for him. If he wants to spend 1 million naira to make 10 million naira in a month, we can actually achieve it. So because why? We know what is working, and we have data of this thing. It's not just guesswork or whatever. We have the data. So without data, you cannot scale. Without data, you cannot optimize. Without data, you cannot get results. So how do you get this data? You get this data by testing, and before you test, you have a strategy of what you're testing. So when the strategy of what you're testing works, you'll be able to find them and then double down on this strategy, and then you get massive results. And that was what we did. So we now deployed more creative that is going to generate more clicks on that same audience, and then we generated that leads. And then with these leads, he was able to hold a webinar immediately, and then closed 10 sales immediately. That was like 11 p.m. That was like few hours to the webinar. So in 48 hours later, you should know what you should do. You should be able to close more. And then the next webinar is the next day. That's like the beauty of this thing. So it's consistent. The testing period is over. So now it's now scaling period. So whatever you spend on the testing, you are going to make times 20, 50 of them back when you are scaling, because you found what works. But newbies and business owners, they don't have the patience to test. They just go in there, spend $20, $50, $100, and it doesn't work. They just give up. They say, oh, this thing doesn't work. This Google ad is expensive. It's for rich kid. No, it's not expensive. This is 100 naira CPL. And 100 naira CPL, I don't even think you can get it on Facebook and Instagram ads. But we are doing it on Google because we have a strategy, and I just shared a strategy for you. So that's the secret you need to know. So if you want to generate such results for your business that you don't have the time to do it, then you can, with what I've shared so far, you should be able to understand how competent we are. So you can head to goomlight.com. Just go on your Chrome browser or any browser, search goomlight.com, or just search Goomlight. We are visible on Google. You see more information about us. Book a free discovery call. Let's discover your business and see what is not working, and tailor a strategy on how you are going to maximize your business ROI in less than 30 days. Or if you want to now learn how to do these things yourself, probably you don't want to hire an agency or anything. You want to learn how to do it yourself. You want to learn how to do it yourself. Then I have a Google Ads program just for you. And to get the program, just click on the link on your scene here, learn.jamesonwuchukwu.com/GAT. And however, I'm going to add the link as well on the description. So check the description of this YouTube video to access the link. But if you have more inquiries or any question, rather, you can drop it on the comment section or message Goomlight on X, and just search Goomlight on X. We are verified on X, and then you ask us any question that you have, tailoring to whatever you're struggling with. So thanks for sticking with me. This is just a short video. I hope you got value. If you got value, let me know in the comment section, and also let me know whatever you think you are struggling with that we should cover the video next, so that I'll be able to cover more that make sure that will suit your business goal and then give you the adequate results you're looking for. Cheers.